So in this video, I'm going to share with you 6 real use cases for using Claude Design as a content creator. And at the end of this video, you'll be seeing your content workflow totally different. So let's jump in. The first example is turning an idea into a visual. So for this, I'm going to describe a content workflow and see if we can create a visual for that. Please help me design a content workflow that is somewhat of a roadmap or flow for how I create content. This is a simple breakdown, but please ask me any more questions to make this visual even more detailed. All right, so after that prompt, it's asking me different questions, and I've noticed that it will do this pretty much every single time to help you get the best result possible. So what visual style fits you best? I would say creative and colorful. If there was a mix between clean and minimal, I would do that. Actually, let's just type it in. What format do you want it in? Let's do an interactive work chart. How do you think about your workflow phases? Actually think about all of these. Should we show your tools prominently? Yes. How much detail per step? Let's go medium. Should each phase have its own color? Yes. Mention Notion idea database. Should we show the category structure? So I'll actually just add that. I just took a screenshot of my Notion tags and added that right there. So I pasted some information in there. And let's do 3+ options. Here's the result. Now we have an interactive flowchart from this content workflow that I described in the prompt. And when it asked me if I wanted an interactive flowchart, I didn't know that it was literally going to be something interactive that you can click through. And for part of the tweaks down here, it also gave me an option to have a pipeline or a timeline that's vertical, where you can click through and see kind of the linear process of all of these different phases, as well as an overall grid for each one of the phases. I think it's really cool how it took all of that information that I just spoke using natural language and put it into this, again, interactive flowchart. And from here, you can make tweaks, you can make comments on how to change certain things. And when you're ready, you can export it, send it to Canva, or take the code and upload it to your website. Example number 2 is going to be a slide deck or presentation. And I'm going to do this from a YouTube video that I recorded on this channel. We're going to use our Create Contently design system as well. And sure, let's include it with some speaker notes. I want to create a slide deck that is derived from a YouTube video that I did on my YouTube channel. I can upload the transcript or I can give you the link to the video. Let me know which one that you need. Make it sleek, modern. Please include speaker notes so that I can not just read from off of the presentation, but I can add some color to it as I'm presenting. After answering a few questions, let's see what it comes up with. All right, now we have our presentation here just after a couple minutes. We've got 20 slides. So we got this hero slide here, pretty basic, I will say, but we did want a clean and minimal look. Little background. What we'll cover. Very cool. So it's using all of the brand colors and kind of the style vibe that the brand has, and it's put it in a very clean and minimal look. And again, there's speaker notes down here at the bottom, which you can take a look at and present from. And what's also cool, if you choose a slide deck as one of the designs, then you can present directly from within Claude. So just to show you how this can work, I'm going to say I want to put an image on the front slide. And just like that, it added the image there with this little gradient fade over here. And again, we can always come back and edit this further. So not too bad, not too bad. It did it really quickly. And like I said, it would take me a lot longer to get this result. And what's nice is I can always come back and make tweaks. The next example is one that I'm really excited to see the results of, and this is going to be a video animation. I want to create a video animation that I would be able to use in different YouTube videos, and the animation is going to visually describe a framework that I developed called the ARC framework. It's an acronym for Activity, Reflection, and Creation, which this framework is the basis of content creation for any human, any creator, any subject matter expert, or entrepreneur. All right, so I'll add my notes for the framework and the YouTube video script. All right, so the video is complete. Let's take a look. All right, so not bad for that video. There definitely would be some things I would improve upon. I would like it to maybe zoom in on each one of these points, like make that bigger in the frame, and then when it goes to the next one, make that second one big in the frame, same with the third, and then when it's all complete, have like a wide view of that. So I just gave it some feedback, and let's see what type of changes it makes and see if it comes out any better. All right, so I gave it some more revision and it came up with this. So it's a bit shorter and it kind of zooms in on each one of the phases: activity, reflection, and creation. And it fills up more of the frame, which each one of those, listing the description of it below. So we've got activity, reflection, and creation. Pops up, kind of fades these in, which is pretty cool. Then it zooms out to show all three, and then it has a line that connects them together and shows this cyclical part of this framework. So not bad, pretty good considering all I had to do was speak natural language to get this result. The next example is going to be for Instagram carousels. And we're going to use that same ARC framework to create some aesthetic Instagram carousels that we could post on social media. The framework that I just created a design for, which is the ARC framework, I want to be able to use that in a series of Instagram carousels. I want the design to be really clean and aesthetic. I'll reference the other project where I created the ARC framework animation. That will have some of the information about the actual framework itself. And I want the reels to kind of connect. So I'm just going to hit send on that. All right, so our carousel has finished. Let's go ahead and run through this. So hero slide, you're not out of content ideas, you just don't have a system. Introducing the ARC framework. Activity, reflection. Then so the creation, reflection, kind of leading us on. Then we have activity, reflection. So it's got like a heading, a little subheading. Then creation, then the whole cycle, and save this post. So pretty simple. Obviously some tweaks can be made to this to make it a little bit more detailed, but not too bad. For the next example, we're going to build a homepage for Create Contently. So I want to create a homepage and basically update the existing homepage that I have for my website called Create Contently. I want to have a hero section, headings, subheadings, calls to action, a section for my most recent YouTube videos, as well as a section for resources. This is a personal brand type website. I will add some references for some websites that I really like. Let me know what you need so that this can look as best as it can. All right, after answering a few questions, let's see what it comes up with. All right, so here is the website, and we've got our image here, this hero section with a headline, subheadline, couple call to action buttons to browse resources and latest videos. We got another section here, which is about me. Watch and learn. We've got some YouTube embeds here. These are just placeholders, but that one's kind of funny. Never going to give you up. Then some resources that we can add down in this list: newsletter subscription, opt-in form, blog, and the footer. For some of the tweaks, we can change how this hero section looks. The type, if we want a split, the full bleed, or just typography. Change the accent color as well. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of cool. But I'll stick with that blue. I would come in here and make some tweaks, most definitely, but you could take this wireframe and export it and you can use it on your website, and at the very least get an idea of some different things that you can do for your own website. And considering this is what I have right now, I'm definitely going to make some updates using this. The last use case we'll take a look at is building a lead magnet. So I want to create a lead magnet for Create Contently that's going to be about prompts that you can use in Claude Design and other visual layout builders that can help the user create visually engaging diagrams and designs to be able to help them with recording YouTube content or social media content or giving presentations. And so I have a list of prompts that I'm going to give you so that you can format these into a lead magnet, which will be a PDF. Let's give it a few minutes and see what it comes back with. All right, so here is our lead magnet, the AI visual board prompt system. 7 copy and paste prompts to turn your video ideas into clean visual guides you can glance at while recording, built for creators who work solo. So here we are. We have a few pages of this prompt system guide. Basically, it tells you how to use it. Then the prompts, the master prompt, structure boost prompt, step-by-step workflow, thinking/talking head prompt, simplification, voice, and it put it together in a pretty simple and clean flow and PDF. So there's gonna be more that I add to that, but if you want to get this prompt system, I'm gonna put a link down in the description box below so you can download it. Again, I'm gonna add some more to it just so that it looks better and fill in more of the prompts. But this is a really cool way to be able to take your content, your frameworks, give it to Claude, and have it create a lead magnet for you that looks great. Obviously, there is a lot more use cases for this and ways to improve upon this output of these different designs, but just starting out with Claude Design, I think the use cases we covered in this video can help many and most creators, business owners, entrepreneurs with their content workflow and different things that they want to do when it comes to design. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about Claude Design so far, if you've used it to make any of these things that we covered in this video. And don't forget to subscribe, as I will go deeper and deeper with Claude Design and other AI tools to help out creators, business owners, and entrepreneurs. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.